Now, another big part of the debate is what China knew and what they said and how they lied about the coronavirus. And our friends at the Daily Caller News Foundation, you know, had the temerity to actually ask for documents about what was going on. And specifically, they asked for documents of Dr. Fauci. And this is what they're seeking: communications between Dr. Fauci and Deputy Director Lane, and he was Deputy Director under Fauci there, uh, and World Health Organization officials concerning the novel coronavirus. Communications of Dr. Fauci and Deputy Director Lane concerning WHO official Bruce Aylward, and WHO Director General Tedros Adhanom and China. I guess I call him Tedros all the time. So we want to know, and our client in this case wants to know, what was Dr. Fauci being told about the coronavirus by WHO and China? Now he says he was misled. He says that one of the early mistakes he made in terms of analyzing the virus was he didn't realize how transmittable it was, how easily it could spread. Well, in part, I'm sure that came from the Chinese, because remember there was that issue about human to human contact, and that wasn't spread easily through human to human contact. All of that also was pushed out by WHO. Now, the president has demanded an audit of WHO and a moratorium on spending. I forget the detail of it. And even to this day, the deep state is opposing it. I found out through through people I know that the deep state is trying to get a key subsidiary of the WHO, the Pan American Health Organization, of which we provide half their budget, exempted from the president's declaration that American money not go to WHO. So it's a subsidiary. The deep state's logic is, well, it's a separate agency. It's not really separate, practically speaking. And it's corrupt just like the WHO is. It is it's a front often for the Cubans. So it's a tool of the Cubans. And it's just terrible. And we shouldn't provide, let me be clear. There should be no money going to WHO, whether or not they lied about China. Lying about China is just the latest in their corruption. I mean, these international organizations are just corrupt messes. As far as I'm concerned, we should be funding none of them. None of them. Someone tried to convince me there was one worth funding. I promised I'd look into it, but maybe there's one. Of course, that would just be the exception that proves the rule, wouldn't it? So Judicial Watch is suing on behalf of our client, the Daily Caller News Foundation, which is really a leading media organization here in Washington, D.C., because the corrupt legacy media is just gone completely native in terms of socialism and activism. So our friends at the Daily Caller News Foundation are asking tough questions about Fauci's emails, and we want the answers. And when you, in a crisis, transparency and the rule of law, again, should not fall on the wayside. So it's important that the agency, NIH, turn the documents over. It's a significant public interest to find out what WHO was telling our top medical officials about the coronavirus that originated in China. Don't you think that's important? I do. I'm going to read the statement issued by the Daily Caller News Foundation co-founder and president Neil Patel. And Neil writes, this virus has killed hundreds of thousands of people and turned the whole world upside down. We know that China and WHO could have done a lot more to prevent or reduce this catastrophe. We therefore have a legitimate and urgent news purpose for seeking these documents regarding U.S. officials' communications with WHO and demand that the agencies in question stop stalling and start following the law that entitles us to this vital information. That's a pretty good comment, isn't it? It's very Judicial Watchy. Well, obviously we're representing them. That's why we have the same mind on this. But isn't it interesting? We've got this, this world history event, and this virus originated in China, and Judicial Watch is the only one, as best I can tell, suing for this basic information. Incredible, isn't it? So we'll see. And we've got other lawsuits that are percolating. We haven't filed them yet. Many FOIAs percolating on this issue. So we got to get the country open. We're opposing coronavirus abuse. Our freedoms are under assault. And of course, tied in all of this, we're obviously monitoring the assault on our election integrity that the left is pursuing using coronavirus as the latest excuse.
Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch all the latest news from Judicial Watch.